evolving takes thousands of years, and needing to breathe underwater is generally an emergency code blue type deal, so that's out. And while yes, plants do create... Why am I explaining this to you? You know you got it right. The correct answer is use a scuba tank. Ooh, not all of you got that right. Okay, hey, if you got it wrong, don't sweat it. And don't ever go swimming. Just keep playing in spectator mode, and you can earn points for correct answers. 15 points wins you a mystery box with fun stuff like coins and power-ups. So pep up and play on. Question 2. The sky around Earth is made from more of which? Pie, the Truman Show dome, or air? In The Truman Show, Jim Carrey was the star of a hit reality TV show and had no idea he was on it. His entire world was actors, soundstage, and hidden cameras. Can you even imagine? Get out of here. Anyway, that movie was supposed to win Carrey an Oscar, but that turned out to be Pie in the Sky, which is not really a thing. So the answer must be air. Yes, the sky is made of air. But what is that air mostly made of? Oxygen? It's only 21% oxygen and 78% nitrogen. Also a dash of argon and neon, a pinch of methane and helium. You know, suddenly I do feel like we're mixing up some sky pies here. And listen, clouds, is that not just sky a la mode? Question 3. Which of these is not the name of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Is it Donatello, Leonardo, or Eric Cartman? Fun Ninja Turtles fact. They originally wanted to give the turtles Japanese names since the rat sensei Splinter came from Japan, but they couldn't come up with authentic sounding Japanese names. So they did the only thing they could do. They found names in a book about Renaissance painters and then waited for someone to invent the internet. The correct answer is Eric Cartman. Cartman is, of course, from South Park. A few years ago, South Park set the Guinness World Record for most swearing in a TV series, which was breaking the previous record long held by the Today Show with Kathy Lee and Hoda, which is why they vetoed my idea for Wine Wednesday. But I'm persistent. Hang in. Question number 4. What is the main job of a teacher? Steal lunch money, win the Olympics, or teach? I'll let you think. The key word here, of course, is main. It's their main job. Because given what teachers are paid, you couldn't blame them for stealing a little lunch money on the side. And maybe instead of giving out gold stars, teachers should win gold medals. I mean, they have to double as family therapists, disciplinarians, and if the school has a bully problem, MMA referees. But obviously, the correct answer is teach. Did you know about 76% of teachers are women and only 24% are men? That's why the word is teach her, not teach him. Okay, I made that up. Seriously? They're not laughing? Queued up again for Women's History Month. We'll see if you're in the mood for a good joke then. Question 5. What is the best way to survive falling from a high place? Flap arms, use a parachute, trust yourself. It's actually possible to survive a high fall without doing any of those things. Listen, in 1972, Serbian flight attendant Vesna Vulovic survived after her plane broke up at 33,000 feet. Luckily, she landed on a snow-covered mountain which cushioned the impact. Unbelievable. And even sweeter, the airline gave her a couple of minutes to pull herself together. Then it was back to bruising elbows with the drink cart. The correct answer is use a parachute. French inventor Louis Sébastien Lenormand used the first parachute to jump from the top of an observatory in 1783. His parachute that day was basically a 14-foot wide umbrella, also known as the thing that makes you the worst person on the sidewalk. Hey, guess what? You have the power to stay in tonight's game even when you get a question wrong, simply by using an extra life, which is good anytime except for that last question. To get one, just tap the heart icon during the countdown to share our game with a friend. You'll earn an extra life to keep in your back pocket for future games. Now, question 6. Which creature is mythological? axolotl, coelacanth, or Scylla? Yeah. Welcome to the hump. These next two questions are real doozies, but don't worry, after that, we get back to the gimmies. So, while we're here, let's learn. The axolotl is a type of salamander that looks really trippy because its gills are on the outside of its body. The coelacanth is known as a living fossil because it's around 409 million years old, but doesn't look a day over 400. The correct answer is Scylla. Scylla was a sea monster who lived across from another monster named Charybdis. Sailors trying to avoid the one would become lunch for the other. Scylla had 4 eyes, 6 long necks, and scary snake heads at the end, so I'm guessing her Tinder picture was, well, tough to light. Question 7. How many notes are in the chromatic scale? 24, 6, or 12? In music, the chromatic scale is a series of notes that are all a semitone or half step apart. So you've got your actual notes, A through G, plus all the sharps and flats in between. Since there are 8 notes in an octave, you might think that would give you a total of 16, but no. Things like C sharp and D flat are the same note. Anybody else having PTSD piano lesson flashbacks? Just me? The correct answer is 12. That's right, the chromatic scale has 12 notes. If you got that one right, congratulations. I mean, like Esmeralda in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, you have gotten over the hump. Question number 8. What is the main mode of transportation for fish? Flying, swimming, Honda Civic. Now, there is such a thing as a flying fish, but like flying squirrels or LeBron James, they don't really fly so much as take a giant leap and glide for as long as they can before gravity spoils the party. Fun fact, the US has sublaunched a missile called the Exocet after the flying fish's scientific name, Exocetidae. Something like that. Sure, your city is about to be vaporized, but hey, you learned a little zoology along the way. The correct answer is swimming. Fish. While fish have been known to Uber, Honda Civic is incorrect. With the Civic, cloth seats are standard, and wet fins plus nylon equals serious mildew. Say goodbye to your 4.75 star rating. Fish. Question 9. Up is to down, as left is to what? Correct, right, farther left. Yes, these questions are super easy, but hey, that doesn't mean we can't learn something. So speaking of up, you've heard the phrase going up the river as in going off to prison. Well, it was inspired by an actual river and an actual prison located 30 miles up the Hudson River from New York City. That prison? Sing Sing. Sounds cute, but your time there sucks. The correct answer is right. You know what? In Spanish, this direction business is a real racket. Right is derecha, and straight is derecho. Painful lesson to learn while driving with Siri in Mexico. She's saying go straight, and you feel like you're just driving in circles. Question number 10. Mickey is a cartoon character that is most famously what species? Ratatouille, mouse, or Brave Little Toaster? Mickey. Ratatouille was that Pixar movie about the rat who wants to become a famous restaurant chef. I smell a C-grade health code violation. The Brave Little Toaster is an animated movie from the 80s about household appliances that come to life. In it, a brave little toaster finally goes ballistic about the notes left on the fridge by the passive-aggressive little French press. It's satisfying. The correct answer is mouse. Yes, Mickey Mouse. Believe it or not, Walt Disney himself was the original voice of Mickey. And sometimes he even did the voice of Minnie, depending on how tight his pants were that day. Question number 11. How does a wrestler win a match? Talk it out, pin opponent, tell HR department. According to archaeologists, there's evidence that wrestling has been around for 15,000 years. Early cave drawings depict wrestlers using the very same holds that they use today, along with several crude depictions of Vince McMahon. Back then, the answer to the question, "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" was usually saber-toothed tiger. It's like chicken, a little gamier. The correct answer is pin opponent. See, in a wrestling tournament, pinning your opponent earns your team 6 points. As far as telling the HR department goes, I can really only see that working in a tap-out situation. I'm like, Sally Ann, tapping out. And I filled out the correct forms. Pin that sucker! We've been there. 11 up, 11 down. Now, all that stands between you and that jackpot is the last question. Oh, goody. Question number 12. You ready? What is the numerical symbol for 0? 472, this oblong circle, or my friend Mike? Careful. Okay, let's be real. Unless you overdid it on your afternoon espressos and got crazy thumbs, I trust that you got that question right. And since no one is holding their breath, let me briefly remind you to check out the new Words with Friends event, the Floral Festival. Stop and smell the flowers, people. Let's plant the seeds of a beautiful spring together, shall we? Get planting and earn special rewards and the Spring Bouquet badge. The answer, you ready? 0! That was a 0, that circle. Now, I told you that answer would be 0 at the end of last night's game, remember? And haven't we done that 2 weeks in a row? Don't ask me. This is my first night. Oh, yes. Okay, they're saying yes, we did. Will we do it next week? Yes. Is that a pattern? People are nodding. Little tip. Congratulations to everybody who made it through all 12 questions. And if you did, you are getting some of tonight's $6,000 jackpot. Looks like 7,000 of you did. Good job, Larry B. Good job, Steve P. Good job, Maxine. You guys are all winners. Everyone who played, thank you so much for playing with us. Words with Friends Live. And please join us again tomorrow. Same time, same place, same new face, and even more cash. I've been your host, Sophia Jordan, and this has been Words with Friends Live. Goodbye for now.